Crafty friends, it's time for another Arched Wishes card tutorial. Hello, my name is Kimberly Smith. I'm the Paper Chef. And today we're making the second card in the series for the Card on Blue Card Club for the month of March 2025. So welcome, welcome. Anyone can join in. Whether you have my card club kit or not, anyone can join in. We're just going to be crafting along. So this is a really fun stamp set. It's called Arched Wishes, and we're going to go ahead. It's a photopolymer. Oh, no, sorry. It's a cling stamp. It's a rubber stamp set. We're going to go ahead and put the Make-A-Wish onto a stamping block. We're going to use this little star. We will use the happy birthday. We'll stamp this part onto designer series paper using Shy Shamrock. We'll stamp this onto a little oval shape, and we'll go from there. All right, and we'll ink up the edges. I've already done one here for you to show you. I've actually tried them with different shapes, and I think that shape really came out nice. So we will get started. Let me just see where my little ovals are. If I have to go get the oval punch, I shall. But hopefully, I have some extra ovals already punched out in my little bucket of crafty goodness, that's what I call it. All right, and then this part, we can go ahead and cut. So let's go ahead and look at these paper. This is called the Mixed Media Florals Designer Series paper. And we've gone through the colors and the color palette and the patterns last time. But let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get the pieces we need to cut up for this project this time. So I want this piece that's Shy Shamrock, and we're going to put it on a Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to need this piece here. See how it makes a nice background. Then we're going to put that onto this background of the Flirty Flamingo. So you're going to pull out your card bases from your card club, like so. See, this one I opened. I did it like this. See, cheers to another year of you. I thought this was such a large stamp. We put that in the inside of the card. So here's the card, and we're going to open it this way. So let's go ahead and cut. And everything seems to have just moved on me. It was all just sitting right here. So hold tight while I grab everything again. So it was my friend's birthday, and we went out to dinner with her, and like all my stuff, I made her some things from using the Scan and Cut. I'm working on projects that we're going to be doing on this weekend's retreat, and I was like working on it, and I was like, what happened? Everything seemed to have moved. I had some trouble with my wireless today, but I was able to use the thumb drive and make all the projects that I needed to. All right, so for this first piece, we're going to make it 5 1/4 by 4 inches. We will write that down for you. No worries. We're going to take the next piece, and it's this floral piece. So just make sure you have it in this orientation. And we're going to make this one 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Really, you always say the length first. And that gives us a nice margin for the side, right? So it gives us a nice, you can see this nice shamrock, Shy Shamrock. When I say Shy Shamrock, it's a color. It's a Stampin' Up color that coordinates. We're going to put this little piece here like this. Now that's that little nice piece of, the extra piece of Shy Shamrock we have. Now we want a piece of the gold foil. So we're just going to use this foil. And there's 3 colors. It's the brushed metallic cardstock. So we will use the gold one. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. And you were given, in your card club kit, enough supplies to make 8 cards, plus you have a lot of extra cards, designer series paper, not cardstock. You have a lot of extra designer series paper. So if you just cut this one in 1-inch strips, then you'll have enough for your 2 cards. And then you'll also have all those other colors of metallic cardstock that you can use. All right, so now we want to take our Seal Plus adhesive. We're just going to go ahead and roll that on like so. And put this piece, and what I like to do is I like to use like the edge of the Stampin' trimmer and just put this piece together on here. Oh, that looks very nice. It just helps me line everything up really nicely. And then we'll go ahead and line these pieces together. And it may look like, oh, she's kind of rushing. Well, that's because I have something special for you after this video. I have another installment of the Swaps and Swags, swag, singular. Well, swag means plural, but you know what I'm saying. Swaps and swag from the retreat I went to. Not the retreat. The event I went to in Raleigh, North Carolina called On Stage. So I have so many things to show you, and that is why I'm going to make this card tutorial pretty quick if I can. Speedy Gonzalez. We'll see how I do. So this piece here, I'm putting a little bit of adhesive on it, and it goes like so. Now then, by doing that, I have this extra piece. I can just cut off this extra little piece of gold. But the DSP fits exactly. So I'm just going to trim that down. I should have used my Stampin'. This is actually, this one is not my Stampin' Up! Snips. That was my old pair. These are my Stampin' Up! Snips, and they work so much better. The other pair was so dull, and now it's kind of got everything wonky. Okay, so there we go. I don't know. It is what it is. All right, so there we go. We're going to put this on here. And before we put it on there, we need a little piece of ribbon. We're going to use the Shy Shamrock and Pretty in Pink ribbon that you were given in your kit. Now, I was doing so much with my scan and cut that this part has probably also gotten away from me. We'll grab something. So you have this little ribbon package that came with your Card on Blue Card Club kit. We're going to open it up. You were provided a half a yard of each. My mom did this for you. She really did it really tightly. Hey, she's taking her job very seriously. She hurt her back. She fractured her back. So now she can't sew that much. She is giving my sister sewing lessons. My sister came over for a month to take care of my mother. And she's doing much better now. She's using a walker and a cane, and she's getting around. We're going to try to celebrate her 93rd birthday this week. So that's exciting. That's coming up. Anyone who would like to send my mom a 93 birthday card, just let me know. I'll give you our address. Anywho, she's getting around much better. And thank you for all of your well wishes. But anyway, one thing she's been doing that's really helpful is putting these ribbons onto these little bobbins for me. It's been very helpful. Okay, so you're going to put a piece of Shy Shamrock like so. Turn it around and trim off excess, and then you can kind of, first, before you do anything else, just get that part to seal on there, or stay on it like that. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the adhesive. So it's really good that my sister said, you sure are keeping her busy. My sister thanked me for keeping her busy because she can't sew, and so she's like real busy with my ribbons, and she went out and got more tape when she needed more tape, and she's taking the job very seriously. So now it's a matter of me trying to get extra ribbon and keeping her ahead of a few months of the card club, because I was like, I don't have that much ribbon for you to put on bobbins, right? I had to go like make jobs for my mom to keep her busy, keep her mind off of all her issues. So there you go. So that's the card. Really cute. I'll give you the measurements. So now what we're going to do is we're going to punch out a couple oval shapes with the oval punch. I forget if it's called the oval punch. It's probably called something else. One of you will tell me what it's called, because you guys know these things better than me. I sometimes forget. all this stuff. I've been working full time and I'm not keeping up with the product names as much as I used to. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Make-A-Wish on this really cute shape. And we're going to take the Balmy Blue first and we're going to ink up the edge of the shape before we put the Make-A-Wish on it. So I will just get a few stamping blocks. One will just be to put some ink on it, right? We're going to put some ink on the stamping block. We're going to get a blending brush, and we're going to tap, tap, tap. Tap it onto the glass mat and just sort of rub it there. So that looks really nice, you know? Just gives it a little dimension. And I like to do a couple at once just to have them done. And we're going to do that again on this one. So tap, tap, tap. This is just basic white cardstock. And we have a little bit, it says Make-A-Wish. We'll leave that over to the side. I might be able to use that some more. Next, I want to take the Make-A-Wish, mount that onto a stamping block. Like so. And we're going to use Shy Shamrock to stamp the sentiment on there. So tap, tap, tap. Oh, that came out nice. Oh, yes. And we're going to just stamp that onto the shape. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It came out nice. Do that again. So we have extras because I like to mass produce. I like to make extra cards. I may show you the gift I gave to my friend. She really loved it. My friend's birthday gift. Now you can use for this little star, Flirty Flamingo, but I'm going to use Pretty in Pink only because I don't know what happened to my Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to use Pretty in Pink. So we're just going to tap. We're going to put this little star in there. And it'll work, though. This color will work. Okay, all of this is from the Arched Wishes stamp set that you voted on for this month's card club. Yay! And now we're going to do a little birthday sentiment on there. And we'll go ahead and use the same long block. And we're going to go ahead and mount the happy birthday on there. So instead of using the little strips I gave you in your kit, I usually give you these little strips. Oh, because these are all extra pieces for the inside of your cards. But it just didn't work. It wasn't big enough. So I'm going to use the designer series paper. And I'm going to cut 3/4 inch strips to stamp the happy birthday onto, and that seemed to work pretty well. And I like stamping onto designer series paper. I think that looks nice when you try that, and it actually goes with your design. It saves you from having to ink up the edges, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and do that, and we're going to go ahead and use the Shy Shamrock again. Oop, was there another shape? I could, hold on, gonna do that. While I have the Make-A-Wish out, I'm gonna go ahead and put another little star on that one. Okay, pretty good. And now we're back to that. All right, back to the Shy Shamrock. So we're gonna go we're gonna tap, tap the happy birthday. Oh, yeah. I love cling stamps. I think they're just such better quality than the photopolymer. And whenever I have a chance, I try to get the cling stamps. That came out nice. We'll go ahead and do an extra one. Oh, yeah. Love it. So now we can take our snips and just trim a little banner. And what you do is you take the other side of the banner and just flip it around. That you have a little guide so that you can get both sides of your banner at the same angle. So there's your little trick here. We're going to put that there. All right. I'm not saving those extra scraps. I have too much paper. Well, no, we never have too much paper, as you know. Let me see if I can just ink up the edges just a tiny bit just to get rid of the ink that's on my blending brush. I don't know if it'll matter. All right, now we're going to assemble those onto the card using Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's go ahead and Sometimes I use the edges of Stampin' Dimensionals for these long pieces. Well, let's see. Which one do I like better? I think I like that one better. We're going to use that one. So I'm going to just take these edges like so. And I'll just put one big one in the middle. So you're going to center that in the bottom portion of your card like so. Oops, let's move it over. So this is this month's card on blue. Very easy card. And it's different because we usually don't open the cards in this direction, and we usually don't make designs with this shape. And every month you get different ribbons, different DSP. We get different shapes or die cuts. This time it's a punch, and sometimes you get die cuts. I'll show you some of the die cuts that were sent to you. I'll give you a sneak peek of all the other cards we're making. How easy is this birthday card? But it looks like you've done so much, it has so much effort. Then you need a few little rhinestones on there for good measure. I'm just going to take some out that I was using for a kit here. Rhinestone cowgirl. All right, oops. You hitchhiked over there. Get back over there. So I'm just putting 3 rhinestones on my design for a little extra bling. Let's go over the measurements. And you have your card. I'm going to go ahead and say hello to you. I'll give you a sneak peek of other cards we're making. I'll show you what we made in this card club already last weekend. And I will show you some other things we're making in my workshop series with the Ocean Friends. I'll show you I'll give you a sneak peek of something we're making in the retreat coming up this weekend. Hey, so stick around. There's some more fun stuff coming. But that's pretty much how easy the card is. So we are going to go ahead and write this down, and you can take your screenshot after I write the measurements. It is a card that is going to be Flirty Flamingo. And the card size is, I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. It's 8.5. I'll go ahead and you're going to be putting cheers to another year of you on the inside of your card if you'd like. I just tried to put that into an arch, and it just wasn't coming out very easily. So I just thought, like, put it into the card, in the inside of the card. It worked out better. It was hard to fit that into an arch. So anywho, we got 8.5 by 5 1/2. Right, so it's 8.5 by 5 1/2, and then we're going to say score at 4 1/4. So that's how to make this card. Now the measurements are going to be easy enough. Layer 1, we have DSP that is going to be 5 1/4 times 4 inches. Layer 2, I'm going to go ahead and repeat that. Layer 1, and I'm just going to write the paper. So to make this card, you're going to use, mixed media. Florals, I think it's called. This is like a weird name for the paper. Mixed media florals DSP. So to create this card, you're going to take the mixed media florals designer series paper, and you're going to cut the first layer 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Then that is layer 1. You're going to cut layer 2, 4 3/4 inches times 3 1/2 inch. Okay, that's layer 2. Still mixed media florals designer series paper. And then so is layer 4. And now layer 3, however, is I'm going to put layer 3 down here. Layer 3 is going to be this piece of brushed metallic cardstock. So that is going to be 1 inch high times 4 inches across. I'm going to go ahead and write the name of it, brushed metallic cardstock. I'm just writing brushed metallic. But this layer 3 is going to be 3/4 of an inch high times 4 inches. And so you have layer 1, layer 2, and layer 4 are all the mixed media florals designer series paper. So that's how you get this. Now to cut this strip of paper here, this little strip, the happy birthday banner, like this banner, is 3/4 inch high. And the length is, of course, the length you need it to be, right? However long you need it to be to put the sentiment you're putting in it. The ink colors are going to be Shy Shamrock. Of course, use Flirty Flamingo. In this case, I use Pretty in Pink, but I would just say use Flirty Flamingo. If I could find mine, I'd be using Flirty Flamingo. I think I brought a lot of stuff to my school. Had career week this week. So if you missed that, that was super fun. I talked about that last night. And then you're going to ink up the edges with Balmy Blue. All right, so go ahead and take your screenshot while I put a little bit of Wink of Stella on this card. I'm just going to cover up that because I kind of messed up. And all I like to do is make this sparkle. See how it sparkles? The little star. Putting a little bit of Wink of Stella glitter pen on there. I also like to put the glitter pen on the edges of the sentiment. Just adds an extra little bling to your card. All right, so let's see what we have here. Hello, Louise Haynes. Nice to see you. Hello, Kelly Stoller. Thank you for being here. Hello, Christina Fullen. Thank you for being here and for being a channel supporter. Hello, Phil. Happy Saturday. Phil Ham. Hello, Jean. Mary from Wisconsin. And Bonnie from Wisconsin, who's also a channel member. Love to see you guys again. You guys are always here at this time. I think you guys like my late night crafting sessions, which is nice. And I see you guys talking about something that my mom is turning 93, and it is 93 is a blessing that she still has her health, even though, you know, she did fall, she still has her health for the most part. So that is your card. This was card on blue, card number 2. We're going to do the next 2 tutorials together tomorrow for the end of the month. I just want to show you this. So we've done these. Hope you took your screenshot. And this is the other card we did this month. We colored, we used Arch Wishes. We used an arch from the Everyday Arches dies. We used Flirty Flamingo, Daffodil Delight. We made a vertical card, and we still did Cheers to Another Year of You. And that stands up. And it's a Shy Shamrock card. So mixed media florals, great designs. Love that. All right, what else do we have? That was just another one of the same card. We made one. And then this is what we're making next time. Again, this is this month's card on Blue Card Club. It is featuring the Arch Wishes. You voted for this stamp set. I do love this stamp set. And you voted for this one for next month. So this is March. The month of April, you can still sign up till April 10th to get this really fun curated kit. We're going to be doing florals and birthday again, and it's just like so much fun for the spring. So it's called Pattern of Friendship. So check this out. Look at the fun sentiments that you voted on. So this is the April 2024 Card on Blue Card Club kit that we'll be featuring. All right, back to the 2 cards we're making next. This one is going to be featuring the ephemera package that you have in your Card on Blue Card Club kit. So all we're going to do is take like this ephemera that's black and white, and we're going to color in the balloons using stamping blends. These cupcakes are already colored for us. And there's another piece of ephemera. So we only need to stamp this shape and use the little lattice piece. This is a super card. This is a super easy card. It's going to take 5 minutes to make that card because we're using some ephemera. And this one we're making from scratch. So we're going to use the other ribbon that we haven't used already. So this is the ribbon called Pretty in Pink ribbon. It's another one of the in-color ribbons. So we'll be using that on this card. And the smaller arch and the Balmy Blue for the balloon. And we're going to be using some of this really cool glimmer paper. Let me show you that. Hope you can see that. I'm just protecting these because I was showing these to students this week. So it's a really fun design. So we'll do both of these tomorrow. And let's see what else I can show you. I'm going to come back on tonight, and I'm going to show you some swag from my event. I don't want to spoil that by showing you the swag tonight, but I can show you some other stuff that's not my swag. So one thing that we're making, I have a retreat coming up this weekend. It's on the Brothers Scan and Cut. And this is a project I designed for that retreat. And it is a bunny box. It's a Peeps box. So we're going to be using the Peep on the top and bottom of the box. And then we're using this box in the middle for with the Blackberry Bliss. Or it could be any colors you want. And we're using some paper that was in your kit. And these are doubled up. So it's a nice little treat box. Let's see what else. And then we also, in this channel, are doing some fun stuff with, let me see what this is. Oh, we're doing fun stuff with my workshop series for the next 2 months. For March and April. We are making things using ocean, friends of the ocean, etc., etc. Okay, so I'll show you that. So if you missed last night's tutorial, this one was about a week ago, this tutorial. But last night we showed how to make these little suitcases. Okay, and I made one more suitcase after the video was over. I made one with I didn't put this little thing on it yet, but I made one with a giant crab. So you saw me make these live, and that was really fun. Okay, it's a suitcase treat box. And all we're doing is decorating it from Stampin' Up. I hope you like those projects as well. And all this is on my channel. Thank you, Christina. I hope to see you at the retreat. And Denise Funk is saying she loves the everyday arches. And hello, Gloria. Nice to see you. All right, let's see. It's Darrellson is here. Nice to see you. Thank you for being a channel member. And you guys are talking about some stamp wars happening. I'm not sure what that is, but that sounds like a fun game show. If it's a game show, I would love to be on a stamp wars. What a fun thing that would be. All right, what I'm going to do next is clean off my table. And I'm going to give you a little sneak of just some. I can't even show you all these in one day. There's just way, way too many. Look how many things. Look how many things I have to show you guys. Look at all this. This is just from my event I went to last weekend. I have not opened these yet. So I'm going to be showing you 3D swaps and other swaps from my event I went to in Raleigh. So stay tuned for in about 15 minutes from now. I'm going to be doing a swaps and swag video of what I received in my event in Raleigh a couple weeks ago. I had to break it up into many parts because there's just too many things to show you in one video. And so much fun. You will be so inspired, so please come back for that. All right, thank you for watching. This is The Papered Chef. Have a great evening. And of course, as always, if you'd like to get any of the products I shared with you tonight, Mixed Media Florals Designer Series Paper, Everyday Art, or Arch Wishes, Everyday Arches Dies, or next month's Pattern of Friendship stamp set, please purchase them from my Stampin' Up! Store. I do get a commission. And you can shop with me if you are from the U.S. I'm a U.S. Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So I appreciate all of that. Thank you, Caroline, Christina, and all of you for watching. This is The Papered Chef. Have a great day.